Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be talking about three news stories, starting out with Beyonce's mom's divorce filing and Peter One from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Bar One in Baltimore. Oh my gosh, the drama. And Miss Sinead OConnor, rest in peace. But before I get into these three news stories, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people who enjoy celebrity gossip and celebrity news, such as these stories. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. And also, if you're feeling generous, please share this video on your social media. I would really appreciate it. So let's jump right on in. You may have heard tonight that Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, has decided to file for divorce from her current husband, Richard Lawson. They actually married in 2015. They've been married for 8 years. And just today, Wednesday, she filed the divorce papers, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason for their splitting up. And again, they tied the knot back in April of 2015. And this is according to TMZ. Now, legally, Miss Tina does go by Tina Lawson. Richard Lawson is an actor, so is his daughter, Bianca. You may have seen Bianca Lawson on Queen Sugar, or you may remember her from Saved by the Bell, the new class. Well, now Tina Lawson in her divorce filing, she is asking that her name be legally changed back to Tina Knowles. And also, she is asking the court to not have any spousal support to her or Richard. She's asking the court to terminate that ability for any spousal support to be awarded to her or Richard. Very smart, Miss Tina. I know you want to protect your estate that your daughter has generously, shared with you over the years. So I cannot blame you. Let me know what you all think about Miss Tina filing for divorce. It was very unfortunate that a couple weeks ago, allegedly her home was robbed. So I hope that, Richard allegedly would not have anything to do with that, because that would absolutely be horrible and vengeful. But she may have also taken that as a sign that it is meant for her to distance herself from this man permanently. Let me know what you all think. So then we have to get into this story about Mr. Peter Thomas, the ex-husband of supermodel and Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey. Peter Thomas has so much drama going on in Baltimore, in B-More, okay? He did an interview with the Baltimore Banner. I will include the link to this article in the description box, y'all, because you have to read it. It gets so deep. Peter has the nerve to actually blame Baltimore workers and Baltimore residents for his Bar One in Baltimore not succeeding. As you can see from the photo that I share with you in the top right corner, those are actually cushion seats that are stacked up against the glass wall. And also there's chairs stacked up. And if you were to use the Open Table app right now, apparently you can still book reservations for Bar One Baltimore. However, when you go to the restaurant, you see that it is not open for business. Quite embarrassing and quite a shame. And Bar One, the Harbor East location, which is Bar One Baltimore, it was just opened in 2021, just 2 years ago. According to Peter Thomas, he's saying that Bar One Baltimore is closed because his employees allegedly have been stealing from him. So he's saying that because the employees have been stealing, he has not been able to pay the monthly rent, employee wages, or taxes. And if you watched Tasha K's interview about a month ago with the former employee from Bar One Miami, then you would know that he actually says this about employees at more than one location, allegedly, and in my opinion. So, Peter Thomas was saying that, the property had to be shut down in May because they weren't even making enough money to cover payroll for Bar One Baltimore. Now, at this time, the Baltimore location is facing court cases from two vendors plus a former customer who say that they collectively are owed more than $50,000. Also, allegedly, Bar One Baltimore still has not paid more than $80,000 in taxes. That's what it owes to the state of Maryland, reportedly. And also, Peter Thomas told the Baltimore Banner that he has not paid his $38,000 monthly rent on the property in months. Now, I get that you want to open up a classy location. It sounds like Peter Thomas wants everything to look high end and expensive, and he wants to cater to people who have the disposable income to spend a lot of money on dinner. I remember Tasha K said that Bar One Miami, the food is tasty, but it's also very expensive, and you wait a very long time. I say all that to say that Peter could be trying to keep up with the Joneses, and it may not be for him to open up these high-end restaurants. He may want to think about, a carry-out joint that has fried chicken and fried shrimp. Start there versus these high-end restaurants, and then you struggle to pay a monthly rent of $38,000. How can you even be profitable when you have such high expenses, such as your monthly rent, and you haven't even begun to meet payroll? Those are just my thoughts. You all let me know about some of these bills that Peter Thomas is struggling to pay just from one location, Bar One Baltimore. Also, an ex employee said that he and others walked off of the job around Mother's Day because they had gone weeks without getting paid, reportedly, allegedly. That is just, it's sad and it's ridiculous. And people don't just work just to say that they're working, they work because they need the money. So, oh my gosh, but it gets even deeper. So, Peter Thomas actually also says that the reason why Bar One Baltimore struggled is because Blacks in Baltimore act totally different from Blacks who live in Washington, D.C. Yes, he did. He had the nerve to say that. He actually said in this article that Blacks in Washington, D.C. are more cosmopolitan than the Blacks in Bmore. That is so disrespectful, judgmental, and it's just not cool, Peter. What if people judged you for constantly struggling with keeping a business venture open from uptown back around the mid 2000s to Bar One Atlanta, Bar One Charlotte, Bar One Miami, and now Bar One Baltimore? Can anyone say pattern? Okay. But you have the nerve to talk about Black people in Baltimore. That's not cool at all. But don't worry, you guys. Again, I'm going to post the link to this article. You definitely want to check it out. And don't forget, when an ex employee from Bar One Miami went live on Instagram, she actually said that, I'm sorry, Peter Thomas actually said that if he was white, his employees would respect him more, but that they put him on blast because he's Black. He totally tried to play the race card within his own community. And what do you all think about that? So then I definitely want to talk about Sinead OConnor. This is actually a clip from her video from her 1990 song, Nothing Compares. Nothing compares to you. Do you all remember that? When I was reading about her passing today, I actually realized that that was a Prince remake. I did not know it. I was a kid back then, but I didn't know she was remaking a Prince song. But unfortunately, Sinead OConnor has passed away. She was 56 years old. The cause of death has not been given. And her family did release a statement to the Irish Times and the BBC. It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved Sinead. Her family and friends are devastated and have requested privacy at this very difficult time. And Sinead O'Connor has been known, the word to describe her, according to journalists, has been controversial, from her boycotting the Grammys, when she said that the Grammys only awards people based on their commercial success versus their art. And I totally understand where she was coming from. And she did later become a Muslim. And she also lost her son, 17-year-old Shane O'Connor. He apparently unalived himself last year, and Sinead announced his passing in January 2022. So you never know, she may not have never gotten over not only losing her son, but knowing that he was in so much apparent pain that he unalived himself. And Sinead O'Connor was born in Dublin, Ireland. And she is actually also known in October 1992, where she's actually known from in October 1992, where she tore up a photo of Pope John Paul II. So she did that while on Saturday Night Live. So that was another example of her controversies. But I have another, lighthearted memory of Sinead O'Connor, not just the song Nothing Compares to You. So we all remember when, unfortunately, Prince lost his life in April of 2016. And Sinead O'Connor, she actually said that comedian and former late night talk show host Arsenio Hall allegedly led to the passing of Prince. And she was trying to say that Arsenio Hall was basically like a supplier for Prince, allegedly, and in her opinion, I'm just repeating it. And Arsenio Hall allegedly Googled her net worth and tried to sue her. And allegedly, Sinead called like the sheriff in the town of where Prince lived and like gave Arsenio Hall's name as a suspect. It was like the funniest, craziest, bizarre thing. Even like the white people on my job were cracking up. Like, where did Sinead come from? We haven't heard from her in years. And she's saying this about Prince and Arsenio Hall. It was just like hilarious. And it just turned into a circus suddenly. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up in a more lighthearted way. But definitely rest in peace to Sinead O'Connor. And I'm sure that her spirit and her son's spirit have reunited. But I thank you for checking out this video. The support really means a lot to me. Please let me know in the comments what you think about these three stories. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I hope you all have a fantastic Thursday. I know that it will be that way. I am actually working with limited power. We had horrible rain and windstorms. It is still storming and lightning outside right now. So I have Wi-Fi, thankfully, but the lights are flickering. And so, I still had to report like the limited power. So hopefully by the time I get off of work tomorrow evening, everything will be back 100%. But you all have a fantastic day tomorrow and be safe.